What's going on?
We got good news. You see what I see?
I do see that. We got 3 people watching. Who you see?
Yes. Okay. She fixed whatever was wrong, so that's good.
Troy Aves, how's it going? Hi-yo, fellers.
There's Troy, Mr. Troy.
Troy Aves.
Heidi ho.
Heidi ho. Heidi ho.
What's up, Troy?
Heidi ho, neighbor.
Steve and Jen Goff is watching. Jason Cyprit, David Maxon. Howdy, everybody.
Howdy.
Nice. I see Mr. Harper in the green room there. He looked better as a brick wall. Yeah. Oh, hang on a second. Troy ready to take some time off, he says.
Yeah. That time of year.
Rod, you've been off for like a month, haven't you?
Yeah, it seems like it. I have to figure out what day it is every time I wake up. It's like, what day are we on again?
Yeah. Were you finished like midweek-ish, right?
Yeah. Thursday was my first day.
Okay. And Friday at 2:20 started my 2 weeks off.
Right on. Got your big steak dinner?
Did. Texas Roadhouse steak dinner and a tater and a roll and some door prizes. I didn't win anything.
What did you win? Did you win the flat screen? 70-inch, 80-inch?
I got Tanner nor I got anything. But there was like, I think I counted like 4 welders in a row got drawn for door prize.
Yeah.
I wasn't one of them. Huh? I wasn't one of them.
Yeah. I see Joseph Thomas watching.
Yes, Joseph Thomas, Travis Kurtz. I
talked to Joseph myself this week. I have to tell you about that some other time.
Oh, okay. Well, Joseph sells parts, so that must mean something about parts, maybe.
Maybe. I see Ron Hay.
Ron Hay, Donna Newberry, a.k.a. The Goose.
The Goose.
The Goose.
Yep.
Jim Lyer, 2 weeks. You should get some work done. Jim, you would think so, but well,
it's header time. Do.
Yeah, and
What's wrong,
man? I get eyelashes in my eyes all the time.
You need a little tissue.
I do need a tissue. I'm off for 2 weeks. I'm gonna miss work.
Miss hanging out with Laddie.
I'm gonna miss getting up at 4 a.m. Said no one. Said no one ever. I'll be sleeping until 8 o'clock plus. I probably shouldn't say it out loud, but
all right.
Yeah. I want to do something real quick here.
Okay. Let's do it.
This is the last show of 2024, correct?
Correct.
Yep. So I want to start right off and give a shout to these awesome partners that have been with us for the whole year of 2024: Mid-America Dragway, Ultra Color Collision Repair, Sandlin Iron and Metal Auto Salvage, and Harry Street Carpet. We are partnered with them because we want to partner with them, and they partnered with us because they want to partner with us. So it goes both ways, man. And thanks to them, great partners, and we're filling in the dots leading into 2025.
Yep.
And going to continue some relationships and hopefully add some more. So
you got it.
Yeah.
3 out of 4 there already said they're locked in for 2025, and it'll probably be 4 out of 4 as soon as I reach out to the 4th one. And we also have 2 or 3 that are reaching out to us saying, hey, let's do something. So I think we'll keep this thing going. You see what I'm wearing today?
Ultra.
It's Ultra.
Speaking of Ultra, guys, I got a confirmation today for January 4th on Saturday to finish getting this hood and hatch fitted up from the Ultra Color Collision guys.
Heck yeah.
So going to do a drop off on Saturday sometime when the time works out for them on that Saturday, and let them do their magic, and I will stop trying to ruin stuff.
Stay in your lane, There you go. Yeah, I went and saw the Ultra guys yesterday. I'm putting together a little deal I'll talk about later, but with all my marketing partners and doing a little photo and so we took time out and stacked some things around us and had a good time. So to be continued. Got a couple more stops to make.
Awesome. To be continued. Yes.
Yes. But
yeah,
glad to hear you're getting Red in there and getting them tuned up for you. And I know you're going to be working on your headers the 2 weeks you're off here, and so that'll be a good time. And hopefully you can get a lot done.
Yep. And I saw Mark Brown Friday afternoon. I saw my block. I saw rods. I saw camshaft. He's got some stuff. So
nice.
That giant time frame of, waiting for this and waiting for that's winding down and stuff is coming in now. So
can't stop it.
It's still a long road, but you got to have the parts to work with. So
nice.
It's a start. So
yeah.
Yep. And everybody's busy, everybody's making parts for everybody. So you got to get in and get your stuff in line and they'll knock it out. Heck
yeah. That's awesome. All come together. We just saw Mitchell 2 weeks ago and now see your block, sitting there,
yep.
Big old bear hug. Nice.
That's right.
Yeah.
There's Barry Peter. Hey, Barry. He says, hi, guys.
What's going on? Right. Thanks for coming in. I see Zach Mullen as well. He's watching. I went over there this afternoon and got to talk to Zach for a minute. He's doing some detail work for me.
Okay. We'll find out what here in a little bit.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. I want to shout this out too real quick. I have a YouTube channel. This is my YouTube channel, Gary, my welding and racing stuff, Gary Putnam Racing, Welding and Fabrication. I just kind of got some fun stuff going on over there, some racing and some fabrication stuff and kind of goofing off. Jump over there and give that a subscribe. It might be cool. You might like some stuff. Just kind of farting around, having a good time over there. Just trying to grow that a little bit and
you got
just
have
some fun.
Show, don't you?
What's that?
Don't you have a cooking show on that?
We
one?
Do.
That's what I was thinking.
Just cooking bacon. That's all.
Hell, it could spin off to another thing.
Yeah, I did that back in Thanksgiving weekend, and I kind of forgot about it on the Instagram, Facebook side. Oh, I'm going to toss this up here and let it fly.
There you go.
Yeah.
So Amy's saying there.
Yep. Amy Music says, Merry Christmas, guys. Merry Christmas to you, Amy and Dave Music. I thought I saw, maybe I didn't see, I thought I saw Dave. Yeah. Maybe I did. But yeah, Tim Purdue is watching. Hello, Tim.
Tim from Weld. Good seeing you.
That's right. Weld Racing Wheels.
Yep. Kansas City connection.
Yep. Zach Mullen says, thank you for being such a loyal customer. I always take care of my friends.
There you go. Right.
Thanks, Zach. You do a great job.
Great job. Thanks for being flexible, being able to get it done.
Yep. Yeah, that's right.
Cool. Yeah, go over to Gary's page, give a shout out maybe to learn a thing or two about cooking or welding.
Cooking, welding, just some silly stuff. Oh, yeah.
Grinding.
The StreamYard changed the name of the stuff on the side. I got to make sure I click the right stuff.
Okay.
I don't know why they got to be changing stuff. Just don't change stuff.
Yeah, let's leave it alone.
There's Tim. Yeah, leave it alone. There's Tim right there. What's up, gentlemen? Merry Christmas, he says.
Heck yeah, Merry Christmas.
Tim, Merry Christmas to you and all your Weld Racing compadres and family and friends.
Yeah, good seeing you last week, Tim, and catching up. And
yep, that was a fun chat and conversation we had.
Have Tim on the show. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see Zach's watching your stuff.
That bacon sure did look good. Zach, it was good. Hell yeah, it was good. Mm-hmm. Stuff. I was gonna say, is there bad bacon? But there is bad bacon.
Uh-oh.
It's usually motel bacon.
Sounds like you got a story.
No, it's just sometimes that motel bacon is real thin. You can see through it. And,
oh yeah.
Yeah, you've had it.
Oh yeah. That ain't right.
Matt Ray and Brian Wise
chiming in.
Yeah. We got Mr. Harper tonight.
Yep. Gonna bring him in, talk about 2025, right? Got some schedule out, got some classes to talk about. So it's gonna be a good time.
Yep. We don't have a lot of pictures to roll through, which that'll get us to Harper even sooner. We just got a few little things.
Oh man,
Hang on a
Zach's got a
second.
good question. Yeah, we'll take
Zach
that.
Zach says, "What's a guy got to do to get his logo next to the Ultra Color logo?" Man, you came to the right place. You're asking the right guys.
We'll talk about that tomorrow.
There you go. That's a bonus deal there.
Bam, bam, pow, pow, pow.
Make it happen.
Yep. Got plenty of space. There's another
Rod,
one. Tim
Rod,
Webb. Yo.
Rod, don't leave Zach's shop until you lock that in.
Lock. It's locked.
That sound fair?
That sounds fair. Yes, sir.
Hey, Zach, whatever happens, thanks a lot.
You bet.
Thanks for the support.
Yeah.
Tim Webb says, "Good evening, guys."
What's up, Mr. Webb?
Zach.
We're going to give Tim a shout out here later on.
Yes, that's right. And that has a little tie in with Ultra Color and Travis skirts, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Zach says that's probably some big money.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it depends. I mean, what's your idea?
The hundo.
Big money.
Yeah.
He hangs out with Cameron Marsoff. So his idea of big money is probably a mile different from ours.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. He says deal on keeping you there till you lock that in.
Okay.
All right. You guys handle that. Zach, I'll have my guy get with your guy. Right?
Okay, I guess.
Yeah. Skylar Dawkins is watching.
What's up, Skylar? Comes to the
Logan
racetrack
Metcalf
with us and helped us out. That's awesome.
Yep. She has fun at the racetrack, I think.
Does great pictures.
Yes, great pictures. Speaking of pictures, are you ready to roll into some handful of things we got here?
Yep, I see Logan watching.
Yep, there's Logan. Ooh, about messed up here. Pictures. I'm sure you saw this too. James Foreman the other day.
Oh yeah.
Posting Rick James. He says, "I'm ready to get back behind the wheel. 2025 is going to be interesting and flex."
Man, look at that.
Working on Rick James.
That's awesome.
He posted some cool reels today.
I know.
He must be fired up.
Got to be. Him and his dad over there working on it, getting stuff done, working on Rick James, working on Betty White,
Yep.
Going Holly on Betty White.
Ooh, sorry about that.
That's all right.
Yep, they're getting it ready. It's like they're going to be ahead of everybody on 2025 prep.
Heck yeah. It's starting to hit, if you're watching Facebook and the internet and stuff, everybody's kind of, ooh, I missed the track, and starting to do their upgrades and starting to, if you're ready to go, then it's going to be a little bit longer. If you're putting things together, then you're wanting the days to get, get as much time as you can to get your stuff.
Yeah, that's me.
Is that you? Yeah.
Yeah. I've got some engine parts and I'm missing some engine parts.
Oh man.
And you was just racing a few weeks ago, right?
Yeah.
Didn't seem long ago.
I know it. We were doing it up.
Yep.
When's the first one hit? March or April? I have to look at the schedule. I'm not even sure.
Yeah, I wrote it down here. I don't have anything on March, but
yeah.
Well, I think Harper's schedule has it, but I got Titans on April, but
yeah,
that's Centerville. Yep, that's April 11th and 12th, but there'll be something in March.
Oh yeah.
The next thing I got is kind of fun, and you probably saw this.
Check it out.
Joey Heichel made this post. He says, 2025, bring back clocks on. Spectators love it. The internet loves it. Every racer knows what each other runs already. Give the fans something to talk about. I said what I said, is what he said. What's your thoughts and opinions on clocks on or clocks off, Rod?
Oh, I race with clocks on.
Yep.
Yeah. So does he not race with clocks on? Is that what you're saying?
Well, I read some of that stuff in this post that he made, and it sounds like he wasn't a fan in the past, but he's leaning towards clocks on these days. The style of racing he does, it sounds like he's a clocks on kind of guy, and it was pretty interesting to read. People can go to Joey Heichel's page there and read that. It's there's a lot of comments, and then
what's
it was
everybody
like
saying?
Clocks on most.
So you're talking about, like, what are you talking about? No prep or like no time? What's the?
I didn't dig that deep into it, and I don't care. Clocks on.
Well, no, you do care because you brought it up there. Does it, like, are you talking about like you doing draggies, or is that why he says everybody knows what everybody runs? I'm trying to
Turning the boards on at the track.
Okay.
Yep. Clocks on at the track. Yep.
Yeah.
And most of the response was for it. Was turn the clocks on. Let's get the clocks on. Most were a fan of turning on the clocks.
Yeah.
And let the spectators see the times and stuff,
What do you think he's saying when he says every racer knows what each other runs already? Do you think that's from draggies or from people just talking about it, or what do you think is going on there?
I don't know. You kind of learn the combos in the car, and you kind of get an idea. They're fast or they're slow or whatever, but
yeah,
they're all fast.
Because when he was at Flying H, with the 26s, it was clocks on.
Yep.
Cool.
Yep. It was interesting to read that. It seems like most people want the clocks on.
And that's where I'm at. I mean, that's where I race and stuff. And
there was even some. Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, some of these tracks you go to now, when you're running the 8th mile, you can actually see your time as you pass through, which is cool. And it kind of like Tim's saying here, all your hard work and stuff, you can kind of see what you do. Now, with that being said, I think when we went to Streetcar Takeover, it was a no time type situation, right?
Yeah. Back in the day.
Yeah.
No time, small tire. I think that is.
Yeah.
And there was a handful of spectators chiming in on this post as the spectators. They want the clocks on. They want to see, the time. So it was interesting to read. It was good info. It was cool.
That's cool. You make a good point about that as far as a spectator in the stand, especially if they're driving away from you. You don't know, like, you just see tail lights. Some people that are really into it can tell who's in front, you know what I mean, by the tail lights. And but maybe they're seeing, what everybody runs. So that's interesting. So he put that up today, huh? That's pretty cool.
Yeah. It was today or yesterday. I forget when it was. I think it might have been yesterday, but
sure.
It's got a lot of comments. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. I'll have to check it out.
Yeah. And Tim Purdue says, turn them on, please. I like seeing the rewards for all your efforts you guys put into building your badass hot rod. I agree.
There you go.
Even Skylar says, I agree with clocks on as a spectator.
There you go. That's cool. Well, especially like they're talking about there, if they kind of know what you run and that sort of thing, and it's an instant, like, gratification right there. Everybody can see it, because even if not, like, even when we're testing or something, for example, we went early to test at Texas. They had a little printout sheet right there, right on the starting line. But well, look good. Let's just see. You know what I mean? And
right.
But yeah, and then you kind of had to talk through it, like, oh, it went this or it went that, because to tell the rest of the team around you or whatever. So yeah, that's a good post there. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, and then a few other places have grabbed that theme also and brought up that question, like Matt Moore with Moore Race Chassis. He posted that question, and like dragzine.com or one of them drag magazine Facebook pages, they did the same thing. So, and it had a lot. When I looked at it, like at 5:45, it had almost 400 comments. So that's cool. It was a pretty active piece. So it's
right on.
Pretty cool. Yeah. It's cool to see.
I got my mascot close to me, so.
Oh yeah, Devin Brown is watching, and Jeff Harper, Marvin Jenkins.
Man, Marvin, Jeff, and Devin. That's cool.
Yep.
All right, Gary. So, quick question.
Oh, okay.
Everybody, like, raise your hand if you're done with Christmas shopping. Oh, I
you
finished
done?
today. I finished today. Yeah.
If you don't start, you don't have to finish.
Oh, what?
Right?
What's that about?
Oh, if you don't start, you don't have to finish.
Oh my goodness! I know you've been shopping. I've seen some of the presents that have made it through UPS and FedEx and stuff. You know what I mean?
That's Tiffany. She handles all this shopping.
So
She handles all the wish lists.
look at Marvin. He's getting
Amazon.
started tomorrow. That's what I'm talking about. He's getting started tomorrow. I have to be honest with you guys. When my wife's opening up her present, I kind of lean over and go, "What'd I get you?" You know, and so you know,
Here's Marvin's answer.
that's exactly right.
Getting started tomorrow.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Cool.
Yep. Are you ready for some ultra color collision repair?
Let's do it.
Okay.
Let's do it.
You sent a picture of this. What is
Yeah.
this?
Heck yeah. That's a little New Edge Mustang. Is that Eric's car?
No,
No?
I think
Okay.
it's Travis's car.
Okay. I thought that was Eric Knott, Nott. Maybe not.
Is that it?
Maybe
Not. Oh, you're right. It is Travis. Is it Travis Knott? Eric Knott?
I think it's Eric. Maybe
Dang.
somebody can get on and tell us.
Tim just told me his name a couple hours ago too.
Okay. Cool. But super nice car. Like I said earlier, I was out here at Ultra Color and just doing stuff with doing some business with Ultra Color, and I saw this kind of in the front there. They just got it out doing their thing, and so had to take a picture of it. Of course, we got permission from Eric to put it on here, but another nice build come together. If I remember right, Tim Webb kind of did some work on this bad boy. Is that right, Gary?
Yes, I think so. Tim is here watching right now.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it looks like a New Edge Mustang 2000, 2004. And what'd you say? It's going to have a small Ford in it? Is that what you said earlier?
Yes, that's what Tim relayed to me.
Yeah, no, that's good. That'll work.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just nice to see another one coming together. You know, I know they've been working on this bill for a little bit, and you know how things go and life gets in the way. But very pretty color here with the black, and Jason actually was underneath it where the tub should go, putting some of the body panels back on, but yeah, got a front frame rail, and I think it started life as a 10.5-inch car, you know, back in the day. But yeah, nice little build come together. Yeah, there's Eric right there.
And Tim does excellent work.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, she's beautiful, he says.
Yeah,
that's gonna be a cool car. Eric can't wait to see
really
it.
cool car. Yeah.
We're all familiar with how awesome work Tim does. So
yeah, Tim and Ultra Color.
And Ultra Color, yeah, you can see that right there. Whew.
Yeah. But yeah, we wanted to throw this on here, and this build's going together. So, you know, I know Harper and Mid-America Dragway are excited to see stuff like this. Another car in the lanes, you know. Let's go.
Yep, that's right. Blake Hughes is on watching. He says, "Howdy, gentlemen." Hello, Blake. Talk about a beautiful car and a beautiful build.
Yeah.
Steve's Cutlass. Woo.
Yeah.
It's still a hot topic. You know, even a week after PRI, it's still a hot topic on Facebook and the social medias. Woo.
Yeah. That was great seeing Blake and seeing that fine work he's done. That car is going to be awesome. Can't wait to see it out as well.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Another comment here.
Yeah.
Logan says, maybe I'll see yours here soon.
Ooh, there you go.
You're talking about me, Logan. It will be Saturday the 4th as verified from your dad. So
there you go.
Yep.
Lock it in.
Oh, who's New Edge? Oh, yep.
Yeah.
Eric Knott. Jesse.
T.
Eric Knott. It's this guy, Eric Knott.
Yeah. Great build.
And Jesse, Mr. Recent purchase of a new Edge.
Yeah, he's got a new Edge as well, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Got another one himself.
New Edges are taking over, right? Taking over the world.
Camaros and new Edges, the new belly buttons.
Yeah, third gen New Edges. There you go. Yeah, it is a clean car, Jesse, and it looks just as good in person too.
Yep.
Real good.
Blake Hughes says, thank you guys. I'm blessed with a killer team. Couldn't do it without them.
That's it.
That's pretty important.
Makes the dream work.
That's right. Killer team. And Blake, man, has a super talented group of guys that worked. And I'm a welder, and I see the stuff that they put out, and it's top-notch stuff.
Yeah.
Excellent work. Well, what'd you do yesterday, Rod? Did you do anything cool, not cool, fun? No.
I'll tell you what, I opened my mouth, and sometimes good things happen sometimes when you open your mouth, but we're always talking about how I'm ready to get something different as far as hauling the car around and everything. Had those blowouts on the tires, and at the 28-foot trailer, I got like this much room in between the golf cart and the car, and the door barely shuts when it hits the parachute, and the going through those Oklahoma highways, golf cart jumping around, rubbed on the car. I had to fix that, and I'm just like, I'm ready to get something a little bigger. And so, like I said, running my mouth to Travis Rupert about, looking for a trailer and that sort of thing. And went like less than 24 hours later, he goes, hey, I found one. I was like, whoa, you sure did. That looks good. That looks real good. Yeah, look at that. Look at it, Larry. What's he doing?
Leaving Kansas, Larry's like, what? Look at that. We got a couple comments here. Yeah, Jesse says you got a good deal on that one, Rodney. Riley never used it, but that's fact.
Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? Yeah. So, Larry. Yeah,
Larry sitting here. How that bacon tasted, Gary? Larry, that bacon was delicious.
Delicious. Yeah,
it was delicious. I promise.
Went by the bank and picked up. Look at it, Larry, and picked up Gary, and we headed north.
Yeah. Your brother Larry and your other brother Gary. That's an 80s reference. Everybody know that.
That's right.
My brother Daryl, my other brother Daryl.
Woo. Yeah.
And where'd you end up at?
Nebraska. Syracuse, right? Syracuse,
yes.
Nebraska. Yeah.
A little blip on the radar.
Yeah. 4-hour drive, 5 hours with me and Gary. And so we took our time and we had to meet him there at a certain time. It would have been a
10-hour drive if there was a Buc-ee's between.
Oh man, you ain't lying, Golly. I ain't lying. Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah. Gary, everybody on the way back, we're sitting there talking, and Gary's just sitting there, and he's just kind of looking down, and he kind of got his lip out a little bit, And like, what's wrong, Gary? And he's like, well, I'm just upset that the Texas race is going to be in November and not April. And I was like, oh, I know. Yeah, I can get track. I go, why are you upset about it? Well, we have to go all year before we see Buc-ee's again.
It's fact. True story.
Woo!
That was a for sure thought when we was there in November was, God, we got to come back again in April to Buc-ee's. But no, we got to wait till November.
We just might make a road trip. Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. Yeah. Went to Nebraska. Yeah.
And hooked up with this cat, Riley Windhorst.
Yep. O'Reilly. Yeah. I remember him coming to Wichita there. Didn't know him and saw him race a little bit, but he put something out there and the Torch 2.0.
This was the car he raced here.
Yeah. Yeah. Big block Chevy, couple kits. I don't even know what he was running back then, but probably 460 was getting it done. You know what I mean? Back in 2017 or whenever it was. But yeah.
Blake says, come on down, guys. We got one in Springfield. A Buc-ee's.
Oh, there you go, man. We have to go east, huh?
There's Larry also. Just drive to Springfield for Buc-ee's.
Yeah, there you go. That'll work.
That's right.
Yeah. But he had this hanging on his wall there. And he also showed us a trophy, right? You got that as well, Gary?
Yep.
Yeah, there it is right there.
The world.
Yeah, LSX versus the world. That was awesome. Did we confirm, was that 2017 or 18, Gary? Did you remember?
Man, I don't remember. It was one of them years, 17 or 18. Jesse might remember.
Yeah. Well, because they did one at Kid, right? And then the next year they did one at Mad, right? Or maybe two at Mad because
Yeah.
the torch, right? Riley won at Kid, and then Lamar won one, and then didn't Carp win one?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this was the first one probably at Kid.
Yeah.
Just don't remember the year, 17 or 18 maybe.
Yeah, right. But maybe Danny Davis would know, or Jesse James or somebody. But yeah.
But he still has this thing in a room in his shop.
That's it. I see AJ Taylor on. He might be able to remember too. He was doing a lot of photos back then.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yep. AJ might remember.
Yeah, but cool dude, just hanging out, and we met up him around 4:00 and hung out for how long were we there? Less than an hour, right? 40 minutes.
Yeah, probably maybe right at an hour at the most.
Yeah.
Jesse says, I can't tell you exactly the year it was. Troy says, I think it was him and Tim driving Chopper's car in the finals.
Oh, maybe Webb would remember that.
Also split in finals at No Prep that year. I think it was 2018, he says.
Okay.
Huh.
Yeah.
Somewhere around there.
Yeah. So it was just good seeing him and
you see that comment? Larry, this is Roddy. Did you have any luck with that available August race?
Yeah. I did talk to him, just so you know. I don't
we saw him twice.
Yeah, and he knows what the ask is, and so I don't know what the details are, but yeah, definitely we'll see what happens.
Matt Ray, I have not wore out the pajama pants yet, but November's a long ways off now.
It is.
Oh man.
That's great.
Yeah, and so when he opened the door of that shop,
yeah, bam,
this is what was in there.
Yeah. He he advertised what he said. He was like, hey, it's 2024. It's been used twice, and it's always been stored inside. And he wasn't lying. You know how it is. You see something advertised, and you see okay, and you go check it out, and you have that. Brought Gary with me, and we're looking at it real quick, and we wasn't even there 5 minutes, and I looked at Gary, and go, I'm good, we can leave now. It's a done deal, and so
this thing was sitting inside his shop like it was sitting on the showroom floor. Yeah,
super nice, and we did a little business on that toolbox right there, and hooked it up, and did a little Facebook connection, but yeah. Great pictures, but when I was in Texas and I was over there in the village, looking over the fence to all the $1 Million Club where Tim Webb was and Chopper. Oh yeah, I thought I got to do something, and like I told my wife, it's a safety thing. I got to get a newer trailer with some better tires on it.
Yes,
so, we'd have a blowout on the side of the road. You know what I mean? It's all about
that's from a man's brain.
Yeah,
I need new tires, so I got to get a new trailer.
That's it.
And it'll come with good tires.
Yeah, right. They're new, and they're the 16s like I need. Come on, that's it.
Yep.
Yeah, there you go.
It's a nice looking setup
there. Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah, I just happened to match the truck too, and no joke. Right next to it, you can't see it in the picture when it was in the building, but he basically had Gary's trailer next to it. No joke. Another 32, a little bit lighter silver like Gary's with the triple axle.
Yep.
And he said it was one of his buddy's trailer, but I guess he's doing some other stuff. So, now I can park a little bit closer to Tim Webb, and he'll, he'll talk to me a little bit now. And so, but now it's a good time. But we made it home safe. I tell you what, I was tired when we were heading through the Flint Hills. You know what I mean? Like
that last hour was rough.
Yeah, I was tired. But
I was over there doing the rubberneck, and I'd look over at you, and
I'm all white.
Trying to stay awake. I seen you moving around a lot. You just tapping the arm.
Oh, yeah, you know what I mean. I'm just like trying to, I remember you even told me, you want to stop one more time just to stretch your legs
Just
and
stop, walk around.
walk around for a minute? Nah, let's just keep going, And but yeah, no, it's got super lucky, and actually I have to thank Riley. Great guy, exactly what it said it was. Kind of made a friend out of that deal, and then I think everybody here knows Travis Rupert. He just went to work as soon as I said, yeah, I think I might get in the trailer. I don't know, oh, boop, 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 boop. Kind of called my bluff. You know what I mean? Can't walk away from this. And like I said, Jesse James was saying, used it twice. Everything was still new, like the plugs and, everything was still had the wrapper on everything. And so anyway,
Well, he never hauled a car, right? He just hauled a couple of motorcycles a couple times. That was it.
That was it. And Foreman was saying, James Foreman's ready to go racing. I'm ready to go racing just to unhook, hook that.
Use your trailer.
Maybe me and you will just call up Harper and go out to Arc City and just kind of, just kind of stretch it out, get the awning, and like, how's it going to look, and we can do that for a minute.
Well, you're you don't even have a car. You don't have an engine or a car.
No, not yet. Not yet.
I say we could hook the golf cart up to your car and drive it down the track and pretend.
There you go.
Harper would love it because he wouldn't need no track prep.
No, want him to have to prep, scrape it. Everything be good. He can hook the tree up. But
he might be sad about that because he loves to track prep.
Yeah.
So
no joke. No joke. Yeah, he'll be wanting to put something down. My golf cart be stuck in the rubber or in the glue.
Oh, right. Yeah, they don't want to use my turd golf cart. It won't get off the glue.
Yeah.
Larry says now you have room to build a bed and a shower and toilet in there and a hot plate to heat up leftover Waffle House and bacon.
Man, if I did all that stuff, Mama might not let me in the house. She's like, well, you got everything you need out there, that'll work out. That's
if you just get a welder and I can bring my turntable and we can just cook bacon on the turntable with the welder.
There you go. Now I see Tim West say, you got jokes. Actually, when we were in Texas, I was really looking Tim's over, his trailer over, and thinking, man, I'd like to have something like this. And he's done a lot of, real particular things on it, how he hangs his lights inside. He's got how he has this electrical cord on the outside, all these things he made. And I'm definitely taking a couple of those tips and tricks to do something with mine. And like you have on that, I don't know what you call it, that cabinet that goes above the inner wheel well. I want to get one of those, and I know he has one. But I see Travis watching right now, so shout out to Travis.
Is he? There he is, Travis Rupert. Yep.
And he's also got a couple ideas. I'm gonna put mine up for sale probably in a couple of days, and he's got a good spot. So it's all a shout out to him. So he helped me out. So
Zach's gonna give it the magic detail.
There you go.
Just get it all spiffed up and spit shined.
Yep. There you go.
Yeah.
Stepping my trailer game up.
Man, that's really awesome. Congratulations. And that 4 feet will feel like 20 feet.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, even when like I was saying before, golf carts this close to the cabinet, golf cart and car are this close together, the door barely shuts. And
here you go, Rod.
We took we took your trailer to Texas that one year. It was like stepbrothers, you're like putting your arms out. Oh my goodness, look at all these rooms. Look at all these rooms. Oh,
Jesse says, send me info and price on yours.
There you go. Thank you, Jesse.
He says, I sold mine that was like the one you just bought. He's downsizing. So
all right.
There you go. Travis says, no problem. Anytime. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Pinch me. My Gary's like, hey, you need to get a big red bow, and
Christmas.
All my neighbors been hitting me up, especially the car guys. Oh, Christmas came early. All right. I see what's going on here. Nice.
It's like I said when we was driving back. No, we just painted it. That's all. It's just a wrap.
Yeah, just
paint. It's the same.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Well, man, it was a fun trip. Thanks for inviting me along. And I love your new trailer. I'm jealous of the color because that is the exact color I wanted, but it's not the color that was available when I bought mine. But I love your trailer. And
thank you.
Can't wait to see you use it and race out of it. It's gonna be a whole different game.
No doubt. Super excited. Appreciate everybody. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Mid-America Dragway says your WDRA license will get you a discount at Technocraft, and they have like trailer accessories, right? Like Pit Pal stuff, I think. And if this is Mrs. Harper or probably Mrs. Harper can confirm that, but I think they got trailer accessory stuff like that. Yeah,
that's great, because we were looking at a couple of things like the hitch and a couple other items that I want. So maybe I'll check that out.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah.
Well, speaking of Mid-America Dragway, are you ready to wake up Mr. Harper and
let's bring on the man? For your cabinets. Yeah. Okay. Heck yeah.
Oh, okay. Got it. Yeah. Good to know.
Somebody's listening. We're already forgetting what we're talking about. Somebody's listening.
Well, I was pretty impressed that I kept the info on the spare wheel that I sent you.
Yeah, that was awesome, man. I got that today. Heck yeah. Yeah. Well, so
Troy, mine has chrome wheels. What chrome cabinets?
Go one above.
Oh, white trailer would look better with that car of yours for right. Oh, geez. Guys, we could swap.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh man, that's between you guys. All right, you ready for Mr. Harper?
I am. Let's bring on the champ here. He's leading us out, right? He's been on this show the most, right?
Yeah, I think I didn't count, but yeah, he's got the most.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Mr. Harper? Uh-oh. We can.
How about now?
Yes.
Okay.
There you go.
Right there.
Sure.
There
okay. It was so loud. I turned it down. It turned me all the way off.
Right.
Anyway,
how you doing, Gary Harper?
We're doing good, guys. We survived the 9 miles of walking at PRI.
Yes.
And Scooter Rick went with me, and the last time he went to PRI was when it was in Columbus over 20 years ago.
Oh, wow.
So he's like, we walk in the door and his eyeballs go this big and he looks left, looks right. And I go, oh no, it goes around the corner. There's a whole nother building and then all these rooms. And he's like, let's just start at one end. And I'm like, oh my God.
Holy cow.
We did. We walked we didn't stop at every one, but we went through every aisle, everything.
Yep.
Primarily we, obviously as a track operator, I'm not there to buy parts and pieces. What I'm there to do is thank marketing partners that are involved with either the WDRA or that are involved with the racetrack directly. So we spent a lot of time with those guys that just said, hey, thank you for supporting our sanctioning body. Thank you for supporting local racing, that kind of thing. Obviously spent some time at the Mel Hamilton booth and the Hoosier Tire booth and talked to Nick and Paul and all the guys from Hoosier and thank them for, supporting us and keeping us in rubber for the drag. And
nice.
It's all the little stuff like that. It's when, it's just like the cabinet deal, they do full blown cabinets, race car trailer cabinets, anything you want color matched. And that happens to be a marketing partner that's involved with the WDRA that gives you a discount for your membership. So,
nice.
When you're going to go make those purchases, you say, hey, thank you for supporting these guys and I'll buy something from you. So
there you go.
We did a lot of that. And then of course got home and got sick like most everybody else did.
The PRI flu?
That's right.
Yeah. We got that stomach bug that was rolling around and went through the whole house. Everybody had it. It was rough. So we're just now getting back to normal. So
yeah.
I think this is the first time I came home and didn't have some type of nose cold, head cold, or something crazy. I did it. I made it.
Yeah.
Yes.
You got lucky.
I did.
Yeah.
That's 7 times before that I didn't.
Yeah. It's rough. And the bad part is everybody wants to play shake hands and I'm bad about washing my hands anyway. I don't know why. I don't know if it's all the chemicals and stuff that I've had on my hands, but I don't like my hands wet. So it's like I wash my hands and I spend an hour drying them. They just feel wet all the time because they're so calloused up and hard. So I'm like, Gary's like, wash your hands. She's walking around with a bottle of sanitizer constantly. Right. And I'm like, I'm going to get sick anyway. I don't care. I'll fight it off. So
Harper, you were saying he was in Columbus, and I thought, Gary, didn't you say it was in Orlando one time? Where are all the places?
It went from Columbus to Orlando, and then Orlando to Indy.
Okay.
And I made one trip each time, each location.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, the Indy deal is way better. They just need to leave that deal alone. It works. It seems to be enough room for everybody. I will say, and not to get political, but the energy in the room was fantastic.
We heard the same.
They were in a good mood. Sales were up. People were looking. Money was being spent.
Yeah.
As a track operator, it really gives us hope that, these last 2 years that we've been hanging on and praying to get through things and knowing that they were things that we were doing that were essentially costing us money. But at the long run, we're going, but it's going to build. It's going to build. It's going to build. I think now the economy will catch up with us.
Yeah.
And all of that will pay off. We really need a couple of good years here. It may not all come back to us this year, but I got to believe over the next 4 and hopefully the next 4 after that we're going to steamroll this baby and we're going to be in good shape. Because it was very evident. We spent a lot of time at the Trick Tool booth because, of course, I'm a fabricator by original trade before I started doing car stuff or track stuff. And we went there and talked to those guys. And Chase Van Zandt used to race a lot at Eddyville, and so we know him through that. And Rick and I went over there and talked to them for a while, and they said it was just immediately overnight things were a lot better. I know you said the airlines industry has gotten better. It's a good time. So we want to capitalize, but we also want those people that did support it and did hang in there through the rough times, that they do get supported and they do get mentioned, and that we do let them know that what they do is super important to us. So we did a lot of that, and then we worked the WDRA booth for a little while. I talked to quite a few racetrack operators that were either already WDRA or considering or new, and kind of worked through some things and talked a lot about track prep, chemicals, things that we do, what we do. It's not a rocket science situation, but it does change from location to location based on weather and humidity, and so kind of helped some guys out with some stuff they were struggling with, and we hope that it will help their programs get better for sure. So,
makes sense. I agree. The same thing Gary Putnam and I were talking about too, just the energy in the room, and talking to innovators and Mark Brown about how people are just letting go of their money just a little bit more. So that's all good stuff. Yeah.
I might leave my car red.
Whoa.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Red works for me. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
So overall, good deal. Obviously you guys were at the banquet. We got through that. Something that.
And thank you for that. That was a good time.
Great time.
Yeah, it was. It was. We every year we try to make it better, and every year we think of 3 or 4 things that we could improve on. I think having the whole meal catered versus doing the meat and then having people bring the sides, I think that worked out better because I think everybody got a good amount of food and got what they needed.
And delicious.
And it was very delicious, tasty. Yes.
Yeah, Ryan Kern and his wife did a great job with that, and we appreciate their support. And actually, they signed they're going to go ahead and do it again next year. So
there you go.
We're good. Same building, same everything. So rinse and repeat.
Our table will take a whole pan of potatoes. I'm just placing that order now.
Is that yeah?
Those potatoes are awesome.
For thirds for that.
Woo, man.
Pretty amazing to not have any leftovers in a room like that with that much food. But
when
it's good, that's always a good sign. When there's a lot left over, not so much.
Not so much. Then you had WDRA fitting the bill for all the drinks. That was awesome.
Well, there was that wasn't. So there was a little bit of a backstory behind that, but essentially that was the stuff that they had from the World Finals. And we worked a deal with them to get that stuff from them, and I hauled it. We got Steve Goff and Jen hauled it home for us. And,
Nice.
then we went and picked it up. And so I basically was going to send them a check for it. And they said, if it's for your guys, then, we want to support them. So have
Nice.
at it.
Awesome.
There you go.
So we did good. We did good.
Thank
We got through it. Had a good time. And there was a lot of drinks left over too. Cause of course, originally we were under the impression it was bring your own drinks. Cause that's the way it had been in the past.
Sure.
It costs a lot of money to put that kind of drink situation with, a couple hundred people. So,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden it was like, oh yeah, we have this. Okay, let's use it. So fantastic. Good night. Crowned a lot of champions.
Yeah.
A highlight for myself was Harold Clay, Harold's Hot Rod Shop, challenged the racers and basically said if the race community could raise $2,500, then he would match it with $2,500 and get our lighting project completed. So you got a lot of listeners. So those guys that all have them brand new fancy cars, if they can spot some cash flow, even if it's $100 donation, it's going to go to putting all the lights in the top end of the racetrack. We actually own the poles, own the light, and own the wiring. What we don't have is the $400 of concrete work per hole to set them all. I got 15 poles to set, and then I've got some other things to do along the way. And of course, we're constantly fixing concrete, potholes and stuff. I mean, I'll be honest, guys, we could put $100,000 into that deal and not fix all of it, but majority of it, if we can just keep making strides, that's the big thing is it's tough because we have had 2 really downturn years. It's hard to keep going to the bank and getting money when there's no bank. When the bank's empty, it means now we got to go do it on our own. So I basically, I didn't know Harold was going to do that. I had no idea.
That was awesome.
We've spoke to a couple of guys and I just said, look, I said, we need to just got to figure out how to get it paid for. I says, I can't do it out of our budget, not and keep the racing going like we've done. For those of you that were at the racetrack last year, a lot of races that we paid the payout, knowing damn well we didn't have enough money coming through the gate to do it. But you do it because it's what you said you were going to do, and you do what you say you're going to do, or you might as well hang it up.
Sure.
So, we kept those things going. And so guys like Harold are a true champ, and they stepped up and helped us. And he's supported our teen challenge racing deal now for the last 3 years. And he actually paid $500 to help support the team going to ET finals because there wasn't going to be an ET finals class for those kids.
Oh,
and
wow.
he says, what's it going to take? I want these kids to have an opportunity to go to the finals and race for the same trophy that everybody else does. And I said, well, apparently it's going to take $1,000. He says, get somebody to split it with me. So I got Rick Pitzer, which we all know, Scooter Rick's a fantastic supporter of the show and the racetrack. And Scooter and his wife, Kara, they caught the other half of the bill. And so those kids had an opportunity to go race for the ET finals, which was fantastic. So
cool.
Thanks to Harold keeping the thing going for us. We're getting closer. We added a couple more today. So as soon as we can get that deal done and I've got it all taken care of, then I simply call him and I get the rest of it. And probably end of February, we just got to see what the weather does, but we got to start cutting holes. And the problem is those poles they're 35 feet tall and they're rated at 120 mile per hour because it's Kansas. And they won't turn the fans off at the top end of the track that keeps creating all the wind. So those
got to keep that cotton cool.
Yeah. So those foundations are actually they're 4.5 feet in the ground. So they want you to dig a 4 foot by 4 foot hole and then run a big auger down through it and then fill the thing up full of concrete that's 4 foot tall and then drive these big, huge studs that are like 1.25 inch diameter deal. I mean, they're huge. And then you set them in there. And of course you've got to go left, right, front to rear. Otherwise you put the pole's not right. They got to sit for 2 weeks. And then you got to come back in and set all the poles. So I've been really fortunate that, we've had a lot of help along the way, getting the ones that did get put up. And Justin Spielman and Austin and Richard Pete and them came and used our telehandler. And
Yeah.
I mean, literally in like a day, they got all the poles up. And I just stood back and went, okay, yeah, that's cool. Because, again, I drive the tractor. I put the glue down. Stay in your lane. So,
Right. So Harper, got a question for you. If somebody wanted to donate right now, how would they do it?
Send a message to Gary.
All right.
And she can do it. She's doing it through either PayPal or any of those cash apps. She's taking checks. There's lots of ways. I'm sure she will tag in here in the comments of what we need to do to get that done.
Okay. Caleb Hall has a hole burning in his pocket.
Perfect.
He also says, I'm planning on putting a dial on that small tire car this summer to come race with you and Zollner.
Perfect.
Three comments after that. He says, drop the Venmo.
Okay. We'll take care of it, buddy.
He's got a hole burning in that pocket,
So Caleb is actually the welder buddy that I told you welded up Mike's car. So I bent a lot of the pieces and got them all tacked. And then Caleb came in and did all the welding. So
nice.
He's a hell of a fabricator as well. So we work well together. But yeah, he got a small tire car and he's been finishing it up. And yes, cool. He needs to come down south and play with us. So
heck yeah.
And Mrs. Harper says Stephanie and Brad Moberly, Bo Drexler have been added to that list.
Perfect.
And this Kurt Spray, I'm guessing this is Curtis Sprayberry, says, how close are you to matching the 2,500?
Oh, we're only about halfway there, buddy. So by the time we get done with this show, we should have no problem getting it done.
Yes. Bring it on.
I mean, I'll be honest, we got the right group of people here. This is the guys that, we're mostly 8th mile racing at this point.
Sure.
I'm going to have, so everybody understands what the project entails. We're going to have permanent lighting go all the way to the first return road. Then there'll be permanent lighting on the other side of the first road, all the way to the next return road, and then skip again and then go to another return road. So we'll have over 2,000 feet of LED lighting. No more light trees. No more hooking it up to a generator and praying it works. No more losing cars in the dark. None of that. I mean, that's what we're trying to make those improvements, trying to get it where we need to be, trying to get this thing to where it's think back to I basically got hired this time 2 years ago.
Right.
There were hardly any lights on the racetrack. Just the
I remember.
yeah, and so and unfortunately, I'm not a patient person when it comes to track improvements. I want the flip the switch and it's just done, and it just doesn't work that way. John Moggins and his companies have helped us get where we are with the lights and the poles and the wiring, and it's been a goal of mine. I sat down with a few people on the way in the deal and said, look, if we're going to make this competitive, we got to run at night. If we're going to run at night, we got to be able to see. The racers need to be able to see, but more importantly, I can't see if there's oil or debris or something on the racetrack.
Yeah.
And God forbid we have an incident, I need to be able to see to deal with that incident in a professional manner.
Sure.
So if you're going to run at night, you better have lights, and you better have good lights. And
hold on a second, Gary.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm starting it right now. So I'm challenging the group right now, $500. I'm going to put up 100. Putnam.
Count me in for 100.
Tim Webb, I know you're on. I know Marvin Jenkins is on. Who else? Logan Metcalf's on.
And Mrs. Harper says the Venmo is Gary with an I. Is that a hyphen? Is that what the slash is? Is a hyphen? Harper, and the last 4 phone number. The number is 4354. That's the Venmo. If you don't remember this, obviously come back to this and watch this. You can read this yourself if I've completely hacked how to say the hyphen or whatever.
Yeah.
There's also another deal here. Marvin Jenkins says, can we do a cash donation?
Absolutely.
There you go.
Yeah,
Well,
and it doesn't even have to happen. I get a commitment from you.
There's Marvin. There's three
Marvin.
right there.
Troy
Okay.
Aves. I'm calling Troy Aves out right now.
We got three right now. Rod, Gary, Marvin.
I'm calling Troy Aves
Let's
out.
go,
right
guys. Let's go.
now. Keep him on here. And Jesse
So-
James. I see Jesse James as well.
The cash donation side, when, where, how can that be pulled off?
I'm in Wichita all the time. If he's committed to it, I'll make it happen. We'll get caught up. I ain't sweating.
Is
His word
there-
is good enough with me.
oh, hang on a second. Amy and Dave Music, they put in 100. So there's 4.
Look at Tim Webb.
Tim Webb, 200.
I'll match that. I'll match Tim Webb. 200. You match
Somebody needs to start writing it down. I'm running out of fingers.
Gary Putnam. I'm matching 200. You going to match me?
Give me 200. Match it.
That's
Barry
6,
Peter.
7, 8,
Barry Peters says I'm
9.
in.
Okay, I think we're gonna get there, guys.
I'm still waiting on Troy
Which
Aves.
is what it's all about. This wasn't supposed to be a fundraiser, and I just wanted to give props to Harold, but I do
We're here
appreciate the
We're in it to
support.
win it. There's another.
Look at
100.
this. Look at this. Caleb sent 100. He just sent 100 for the Venmo.
Yeah.
Nice.
I don't have Venmo. Do you have PayPal?
That's a Gary thing. Yes, and I know we do. Again,
Here's another 100. Eric Knott. You writing this down, Rod?
No, I was getting ready to ask. Hopefully, Mrs. Harper is. but
I think she is.
Yeah.
Jesse James, top notch heating and cooling, $150.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. You got a question there. Bring up Tim Webb's question.
Tim Webb says one more time where it goes. Is that you looking for the Venmo or PayPal, Tim? Please
Or
tell
where
us.
does the money go? Yeah, good point, Gary. I don't know if he's talking about like the money's going to go towards this on the track, or does it go towards this PayPal?
Until the lighting package is done, that's where all the money's going. Then once we're done with
Lighting.
that, it will get transferred to buying either concrete
Okay.
or those buckets of repair. So I answered my side of it.
Right.
All right. I'm going to bring this back up. Tim
Yeah.
Webb, here you go. Tim, I'm going to leave this up for a little bit so you can see it. I'll just leave that there. Yeah. So, Mrs. Harper, if you have PayPal info, that's the only thing I have. Otherwise, I got to hook up with you cash wise somewhere. I don't have the Venmo stuff.
Oh, you're probably good for it.
I'm pretty simple here.
Apparently, you like to go eat steak, and I like to eat steak. So
Yes. Okay. So I'm gonna leave this up for just a little bit longer on the Venmo side. She also has PayPal info, and I'm gonna grab that too.
That's what I'm doing right now. That's
Okay.
What I got, PayPal.
I'm just gonna take a picture of it.
All right, just send it to me.
And if y'all are watching, just take your phone and take a darn picture.
Yeah.
Kapow. So Mrs. Harper, I'm gonna pop in. Oops, 200 here when we're done. And
Troy
knock that
Aves
out.
just popped up 100. So I know we're over 1,000.
Caleb Hall says Harper has been good to the racing community and a good friend. This is a worthwhile investment. That's right, because we need to see what's going on. And like Mr. Harper just said, when you've got something on the track, you need to be able to see it and make sure you got it all fixed and cleaned up too.
There you go.
yeah, that's the biggest thing. I mean, really, there's enough light to see to drive a race car, but there's not enough light to see if you got oil down or, motor parts laying on the track. It's tough. So I'm all for the more light that we can get, the better off we're going to be. So,
Yeah. Jesse James says, okay, if I drop it off to Chris.
absolutely. And Chris has an envelope at work, and he knows what the fund is for. So now they won't be there till the 2nd of January. He's shut down as well. So it'll be first of next year, but not a problem, Jesse. We got you covered.
Okay, here's my 200 right here going to Chris.
Troy says $100, but no Venmo. Message PayPal, or we'll have to do cash. Troy, roll up in the comments. You'll see the PayPal info. Actually, it's right here. Take a picture of it.
This is awesome. This is awesome.
Just say you get shit done.
Yeah.
Well,
No,
I'll be honest. I knew where to come, but at the same token, like I said, Harold's
There you
been
go.
great support. Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
Yeah.
I think we've all figured one thing out. We need to break into your 2 garages because you got cash laying around. I like it.
This is where I keep my printer.
That's right. Nice. You've been making them Trump $2 bills I've been seeing on TV.
Yeah. Woo! Okay. Tim says, done. Thanks, man. Thank you, Tim. You the man.
Webb. Thank you, Gary. Thank you, Troy. Who else? Jesse James.
Harper,
Marvin
Jesse James, Marvin, Barry,
Barry. I missed
Caleb
anybody.
Hall, the Musics. Thank you.
Yep. So,
Well, we
Dude,
definitely appreciate it, and I think anybody that knows how I roll. I haven't, we're not the type. I've seen it. I've been in this business a long time. I've seen the track operator go, well, we don't have any money for improvements, and then everybody pays a bunch of money to go do a project. The next thing you know, dude's rolling in a brand new Mercedes, and the track still ain't fixed.
yeah.
We've got great ownership.
Yep.
Jim and Chris have done
Absolutely.
a phenomenal job, and it's pretty much up to Chris and I now at this point. And so they've been gracious enough. And trust me, I do not like going to those folks and saying, I know we just made a little bit of money this weekend, and I know we had 3 weekends in a row that were bad, but I really need to do this, this, and this. And it's hard to want it as bad as I do and can't just flip a switch. But things like this will help a chunk, and a chunk is what we need to get going. I mean, that's all. And I mean, I'm not going to say that we're not going to get this project done, and then I'm going to be looking for the next whatever. But as marketing partners become available, as people can help us out, as the economy starts to turn, let's face it, if money's tight at my house, money's tight at all these marketing people's houses too.
Right.
And so as things start becoming available for them, and they're looking for somewhere to go with it, and they'd like to help the racing community, I'm all in, because we've been using the money to do good things. And like I said, we ain't shortened a payout. We haven't cut any races back. We haven't done anything that we didn't say we were going to do. And that's more important than anything, really. So
There you
as
go.
long as we got the support, and we're going to run with it, because it's great. And our marketing partners that we have been fantastic. And like I said, we understand how hard it was this year to put that money forward, knowing that, we're not sure where the next meal's coming from. So we're real grateful for that. And I appreciate the listeners. And I get it. I've ragged on a lot of guys and said, that new car that you're building ain't doing you no good in your garage until it's out on the racetrack supporting me. But I know everybody's kind of supported us, the best they could when they could.
Yeah.
And we're grateful for it. Absolutely.
Thank you, Shannon Wise. I think we're
Shannon?
close to 1,500.
Shannon, do you need the info to send, or do you have it? I just sent. Oh, you can't see it. I just sent it while you was talking. I sent it to PayPal to Mrs. Harper. Boom.
Boom.
Okay. Thank you, Eric.
And we do need those cars, though, guys. Keep thrashing, keep working, and then when we get those cars done, if guys need to come test, I got a spot where you can test. Not a problem.
Ron says Hunter Hay is already informing Papa Clay to get the checkbook out. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Hey, racing.
Okay, Shannon says yes, please. Shannon, what do you need? The PayPal or? PayPal. Let me roll back up here and I'll put it up. gharper5276@gmail.com. I just hit it. I just sent it. It's good.
So Ron Hay's father-in-law is Harold Clay. So that's why, and Hunter Hay, which is the junior or the teen racer that Harold supported through the group, now has graduated out and now will be running in Sportsman and Pro ET. Right. So Harold is that's when he says told Papa to get the checkbook ready. That's telling Harold, get me that $2,500. So that's
All right.
fantastic.
So it's official, right? Because I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 on this thing in front of Gary.
We're there. We're done.
Yeah.
We're good.
We got 25. Okay.
We'll take all we can get. And if there's I don't need to stop. And I'll be honest, it's one of them deals where, like I said, I could use up $100,000 in a hurry. But our big thing is let's get through the first goal.
Yeah.
Because the first goal means that the first project's done.
Right. And so then, together we pretty much raised 5,000. Is that what I'm hearing?
Correct. Yeah. Okay. Between the banquet and when Harold stood up and got a few guys at the banquet to jump in, the few people that have contacted us as we've posted that today, and your listeners, the true champs of the deal, we got her done. So I appreciate it, guys. Thank you very much. And now it's awesome because the money will be sitting there, and when I go to work to do it, we can do it. And so I'm all in. And that's when you guys show up to the racetrack. Your first race will be the first weekend of April. It'd be nice to walk over and go click, and the whole track will be lit up. And that's I want that for you guys more than anything. Well, the lights look good from my house where it is right now. You know, it looks fine from my they're plenty bright from here. But they need to look good on the track.
And the first spring that the track opened back up, we was there like in April or May-ish, and there wasn't much lighting in the shutdown. So you're down there at 160 mile an hour, slowing down, and it was not awesome. It really sucked. So, just from my side, honestly.
Yeah, and we've made some improvements there, but it's still, this project will get us where we need to be. That's the goal.
Even now, it's a lot better.
Yeah. And having light on both sides of the track in the 8th mile has made a big difference. And at some point, everything will get replaced with LEDs because they're just way more efficient. They're so much more user friendly. And then there's another project, and I'm just going to go ahead and talk about it now, just so everybody knows where I'm headed. John found that same flat panel light in a solar. That needs zero electro going to it.
Right.
So here's the cool part. They have a remote control for on and off. I want to put some of those in the pit area.
Yes.
And they're only good for 8 hours. So that means that, okay, it's starting to get dusk. It's summertime. It's 8:15. I go around and click them all on. If we can't get done till 4 o'clock in the morning, then we're going to run out of pit lights. But at least I don't have to worry about the track going down. That's why we didn't opt for those on the racetrack. But the plan is basically the curve where you guys park. Yep. I want to put a light pole on every third pit spot all the way around that. And then it'll have a light on each side. So one light will actually shine in the staging lanes and in the curve where you're going back down into the pits. The other one will shine back on the backside. And then we want to get a couple up by the front gate for the girls. So, and we're basically just under about $250 a light, but that's all I need is the light. And then eventually we'll do poles and stuff, but I can get away with wood poles, and we've still got some of those, and I'll get the lights bought. I'll figure out what to do, but that's the goal after this project is constantly working on the concrete and then also doing lights in the pit area because she dark. Now it's not as bad as it was, and I added 9 lights down the pit area. So now even way down there, it's still got some light at night, but can't have enough light when you're out in the middle of nowhere. I mean, the out in the middle of nowhere has a kiss of death for getting spectators. And when it's dark, it's dark.
Yeah.
But we don't have a noise problem and we're not going anywhere. In other words, I don't have the city coming and I'm going to run for another 3 years. And then finally I'm going to lose a petition and the place is going to close. Whatever we do to this thing we're on the 20-year plan, so it's like I hope to have to replace those lights because they're wore out when I'm 70 years old instead of, taking them down. So that is an advantage for us. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, and hey, and thanks to John Moggins for the footwork and time he puts in to do that information with them lights too.
Oh yeah,
absolutely. And and then Troy Brower with Brower Inc. Those all poor guy. They all get shipped to his company. He's got to deal with getting them lights out of the containers and the poles and all that stuff. And let me tell you, there's no paycheck in it for him either.
right.
So Troy that supplies us with our shower trailer also has got probably 30 or 40 hours worth of labor tied into dragging them poles out of the trailer because they come from China. The whole thing gets loaded and then they slide the poles down through the top. So you're not going to unload any of his stuff until he gets my crap out of his way. It's major. So I got to thank Troy and his guys because they've really stepped up and helped us. And then they brought them on a flatbed and delivered them to the racetrack. So you start adding in all of those delivery costs and what it would cost to rent the equipment and this and that. And I don't own a pickup truck and they're going to look kind of funny behind my Lexus. So that's the thing. That this is a absolute group effort, and we really appreciate it. And we are doing it for you guys. I mean, at the end of the day, we're here to serve you. We are a service provider. What we provide for you is a safe facility to be able to come enjoy yourself with your friends and family, do it in a safe environment. And by all means, if we can get a little help to make that happen for you, we'll take it. Yeah.
Hey, real quick, Scott Linker, I just saw you jumped on. So 5 minutes ago, we put up this little thing on Harold's Hot Rod. I'm talking to you directly right now, Scott Linker. Myself put up 200. Gary Putnam put up 200. Tim Webb 200.
Barry Eater, Troy Aves.
We just raised like $1,600. And so we got a Venmo here. We got a PayPal. If you can, verbally right now respond, tell me you're going to put up 200. We're trying to unlock $5,000 here for this little lighting fund that we're doing right now. Jesse James put up, Eric Knott put up. I can't even think of everybody, but I just saw you came on, bud. So I'm just, I know you didn't see that. So that's why, I know you like getting in on this stuff. So I want to let you know. So just comment.
We have the PayPal info, gharper5276 @gmail.com. And there's Venmo somewhere up here. There's been a lot of comments. I will lose it. Where did the Venmo go?
It's Gary with an I -Harper 4354.
I see Cliff Aikens watching too.
There it is. I found it.
There we go.
Yep.
Cool. Well, we appreciate everybody doing that.
Hey, Scott wants to know what it's for.
Yeah.
Top end lighting project. So we've purchased the lights, purchased the poles, purchased the wire. Now we need to set the concrete poles, and we're looking at about $5,000 to set them all. But the plan is to have the whole entire track. We're adding 2,000 feet worth of lighting to the 660 feet that's already lit. So that way we'll have, about 3,000 feet of light so that the whole shutdown area will be lit up like the starting line is. That's the project. Now we got our hand out like this. Please help. Help.
So we just raised a little bit of money, and I just saw you jumped in, so I knew you probably want to get in.
Because after all your friends did. Oh, no pressure.
Oh,
yeah. All your broke friends. I'm over here building a new engine. Come on.
Cool.
Rodney just bought a new trailer. He's a broke friend. Until he gets that other one sold.
And I'm just a dumb welder, man.
Come on now. Cool.
Man,
so I know go ahead, Gary.
With this, we have this pulled up, and we were just talking about this. And this Harold Clay, Harold's Hot Rod Shop in Oklahoma, their website, www.harolds, Harold'sHotRodShop.net. Go check it out. See what they got.
Heck
And
yeah.
I'll be honest, the next time you see Harold at the racetrack, tell him thank you for matching us.
That's right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Scott says donors get their parking spots guaranteed.
Sure, especially when you pay for it. Because it's a separate fee.
Yeah.
Right.
I'll be hitting y'all up here in another month for that too.
Hey, there you go. I'm ready. I want the same
Yep.
spot. You know which one it is.
Mhm.
Cool. All right, Gary, what else you got, Mr. Putnam?
Let me see here. Let's see. That was Harold's. Okay, this is really cool. Can't wait to talk about this. You guys posted this up. You shared it from Josh Ford. Josh Ford tagged you, Mr. Harper, and Mrs. Harper. So I'll just read this. 2025 brings new opportunities and often new beginnings. What I want to do this year for my car enthusiasts is give back. That's right. If you, your friends, or your family buy or sell a house through me, your friend in real estate, Josh Ford with Berkshire Hathaway, I will sponsor you for $250 and Mid-America Dragway for $250 for $500 total. Additionally, if you build a new home through Continental Properties LLC, we will sponsor you for $500 and Mid-America Dragway for $500, $1,000 total. There's more. There's no limit on this sponsorship. I will do it as much as you support me to do this. If you share this with your friend, family, or anyone looking to buy and sell, and they are not into the car scene, I will donate the same value to a charity of their choice and match it to Mid-America Dragway. 500, it's $1,000 value. Cheers to the new season and new beginnings. Proudly partnered Josh Ford, Realtor, Berkshire Hathaway, and owner Continental Properties LLC home builder. What an awesome idea.
Man, that is fantastic.
Could you imagine if a lot of manufacturers like did this, how your choice in parts would be different with somebody offering something like this?
Mm.
Well,
what a cool deal.
And that's why we tell you guys, if you're going to go purchase something, go to the WDRA website and look on their marketing partners page and click on it, because as a WDRA member, you guys get like 30 different discounts at different manufacturers. Just same scenario here. Spend some money with me, and WDRA ends up basically not only giving you a deal, but keeps my deal flowing. So
there you go.
Same concept. But
there
yeah, we Josh's picture when you guys are walking around to the concession stand from the starting line headed north, that's the banner that's there. His daughter races junior dragsters, and he's been a track supporter now for 5 years. Nice. And then just this last year, they started racing, and we're definitely his home track, their first choice to go racing, and so he's stepped up big, which is huge, and we can't thank him enough, and we hope it happens.
Awesome. Hey, real quick, while we still have Scott was asking for the Venmo. Scott, I'm going to leave this here for a second. Take a picture of it with your phone or screenshot the screen you're watching. This is the Venmo, Gary/Harper. The last 4 is phone number 4354. Scott was asking for the Venmo info.
Thank you, Scott.
Thanks, Scott.
That. And also a shout out to Shannon Wise. She said sent.
Yep. Thanks, Scott.
All right.
So, yeah. So back to this. This is a really cool idea. Holy cow. Neat.
Makes me want to buy a house.
Yeah, right.
It doesn't make me want to move, but makes me want to buy a house.
Yeah. How did you guys get hooked? So you said he sponsors, but man,
this is him, guys. 100%.
His idea.
His idea. He posted it, and we were like, "Wow, that's amazing."
Yeah. I thought the same thing when I read that. I was like, "Wow."
Got nothing to claim on that one. I didn't have an idea. I didn't talk about it. I didn't just honk and wave and share and say thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yep.
Awesome. So you've been working on your schedule, Harper?
I have. And like a dummy, I don't have a copy of it in front of me. I know the keys the keys to the dealer, all you need is the heads up stuff.
Okay.
We are going to start the year with another no prep, the 15th of March, basically the same weekend that we did last time. The following weekend, there'll be a test and tune / inspection for guys that want to do a permanent tech or a year-long tech scenario. So that way you can just, walk up to Fred and say, "Hi, Fred, here's my card," because you already checked me once this year. First points race will be the last weekend in March, starting a little early this year. Some of this stuff we may lose due to weather, and I'm not going to reschedule it. So we just have to deal with it. There's 10 points races scheduled for the ET guys. Probably you're going to keep your best 8, probably counting on the fact that we're going to lose 1 or 2 to weather. Before Kenny departed Kid, we had tried to work together on scheduling so that we weren't fighting over the same cars.
Right.
Nobody wins when we're doing that. So I can't say what's going to happen now that he's not there, if they're going to change that schedule. But originally, the way it was set up, our schedule was going to be heavy March, April, May with our points races, and then lighten up with very little in July and August. They were going to try to run a lot in July and August and run as a Saturday only in the evening, so that it was just the way we had it set up. And everybody was good. Now we don't know if everybody's good or not.
Okay.
Hopefully everything stays put because it works. Having our big draw race and then having a Wally race up there scheduled against it doesn't do us any good. Having a big race down here while they're trying to do something similar just doesn't do any good. It's what ends up happening is the racer is the one that has to make the decision. Then neither racetrack makes much money at all. And it becomes a situation where I can go back and look at the schedule and go, yep, competed for racers, competed for racers, competed for it just doesn't work.
Right.
So we're doing our best to try to get, that situation fixed. I'll be honest, I felt like I had the best paying program and still do in all of the, let's call it the region. And if you kind of spread out to Mocan and head to Tulsa and head to Oklahoma City and then come back and catch north, I in that circle, by far, we pay more money than anybody else did. And so we felt like we run a tight ship. We start on time. We, sure, there's going to be a problem, hiccup once in a while, but for the most part, it's run efficiently. It's run clean. We do what we say we're going to do. And I felt like that was enough. Turns out it's not enough. There's going to be diehard guys that go to a certain racetrack because it's in their backyard or it's just what they know or what have you. And when that track was closed, those guys either stayed home or didn't have an option and came to us. When we lost that car count, it made a big difference.
Yeah.
And so we're going to try to work around that situation, and hopefully that stays the way it is. Same thing going on with the small tire world. I think, the no prep stuff, we're going to do the no prep in March. We're going to do a no prep in the summertime as a back of the track flashlight start race, which would be something different. And I waited until July to do that because then it makes sure that I've got all the lights in, everything works. We got an opportunity to go down there and make sure that we can efficiently basically start these guys at the scoreboards, race them to the quarter mile mark, and then shut them down in the shutdown like we normally would. But at least that way it's all lit up. And then a no prep at the end of the year. We're kind of been on edge with that one because we're not quite sure if the no prep Kings thing is happening, not happening. If you remember, we had it scheduled and then Tulsa put their no prep race on the same weekend. So we killed it and moved it to November, which turned out to be the same weekend in November that you guys went to Texas. So we're kind of like holding off on that October date till I can get a little more info. I talked to Murder Nova and a couple of those guys, and they have they honestly, if they knew, they're not giving it up as far as what they know what's going to happen. They're really not sure if there's going to be another season.
Right.
So I've basically talked to Sean, and I said, look, here's my card. I'm the manager at Mid-America. He's like, damn, I ain't been to that place in years. I said, trust me, you wouldn't recognize it.
Right.
And I said, yeah. And he goes, man, that place used to have potholes big enough to bury a car. I go, in the pits, there still is, but return road, no. Track, no. It's got walls. We're got lights. It's a totally different deal. He said, I'd love to get up there, but we're not sure what the schedule is going to be like. I said, okay, perfect. So that being said, we're going to roll our first small tire, limited 275. All those classes and categories are going to be May or first weekend of April. So I believe that's the 3rd and the 4th. You got your calendar there, Mr.
Friday the 4th, Saturday the 5th.
So the 4th and 5th, I'll be at Test and Tune on Friday, and then we'll do the race thing on Saturday. I'm going to look at the weather forecast leading up to it, and as long as I don't have one of them freak out, it's going to be 100 degrees, and it'll just be a regular start, 10, 11 o'clock in the morning, and on the track at noon, and a couple of set times for qualifying passes and go into racing.
Okay.
One thing that will not be happening this year, and it's sad to see it go, but I can't figure out how to make it work, and so Big Tire is going to go away from this series. We never seen more than 4 cars. It was always a combination of either the funny car series that was traveling that we were losing cars to, the fact that the old radial prep on the old glue was not what the new radial prep is on the new glue. So guys that were able to make it work are no longer able to really make it work. I've done everything I can to try to dumb it down. It's just too much racetrack, and we're trying to put something together to maybe put a Big Tire race with a bracket event sometime during the summer. We are currently looking for marketing partners for that. Just not willing to take a bath on it and lose money just for 3 or 4 guys to come play. There's lots of opportunities with Big Tire cars in the region to go do races of that caliber. So Big Tire will go away. We're basically replacing it with the 275 limited as far as a time slot. Not sure what's going to happen with PMRA as far as the motorcycle guys joining in with that series. I know that they're going to be available for a couple of them, maybe.
Okay.
Not sure if they're going to be available to do the September race, which is fine. The September deal doesn't really fit with the way we wanted to do things. I do think the crowd does enjoy seeing a little bit of variety, but let's face it, it got a little hectic trying to run, 13 or 14 classes, whatever it was that weekend. Yeah. So the biggest problem is, and it always happens with small tire racing, is that chunk of delay. That's, second round to semis, and then obviously semis to finals. So we'd like to try to find something to stick in that window. And it may just simply be test and tune stuff that's cars that were already involved in the event, something of that nature, because we don't want the track to go away. We don't want to – this isn't open it up to the general public and let a bunch of street cars come out and run. It's just not that type of event. We've got to control what we have on the surface so that we can control the outcome of the event. But, yeah, finishing at 3 o'clock in the morning, we're not doing that. So, live and learn, and, don't send one out in the cotton, and that helps. And, a few other hiccups that we had.
That's where we just paid for some lights.
Yeah, we just paid for some lights. And honestly, guys, we're planning on, when we do those events, if we do end up running in the dark, we're going to put a spotter down there at the top end. Spotter's going to then radio to our problem is our radios from the very, very end of the racetrack to the tower are sketchy just because of the distance.
Right.
So we may end up creating a relay situation where Mike and his safety truck will stay at the top end, basically at the end of the quarter mile behind the wall, tucked in, so he's protected. Spotter will go top end's clear, then he will go top end's clear, then the starter, or in this case, that radio communication will come to me, and I'll start up the next pair. So we won't fire a pair of cars until we know 2 are off the racetrack.
Right.
It's the only way to do it the right way, and we've done it in the past, and then we got away from it, honestly, because we were shorthanded and thought we could handle it, and we couldn't. It happens, and it's one of those deals where we got to learn from it. Don't run somebody over, then learn from it. Learn from it on the okay, we got an issue, we know how to fix it. So it'll end up being a spotter situation, and it may be one of them deals where that person's only down there for small tire and limited because that's what would need to be down there.
Sure.
You know, all the index classes, they're slowed down enough that you can physically turn around and look and see where they're at. When a guy goes smoking by you with no brakes and no parachute, I mean, hell, he went by the safety truck 150 mile an hour probably. I mean, you're guessing because, you know, he said I went through the lights, kicked it neutral, never even tried to slow it down or anything. And when I got to the end of the concrete wall, I went, and there was nothing there. I was
no!
Right.
This is gonna hurt.
Yeah.
You know, you have enough time when you're reaching over and you're tightening up the belts because you know this is gonna suck. Yeah, there was a lot of. I mean, it covered a lot of ground. So, you know, we don't want to dwell on something that's bad, but we're gonna learn from it. That's what we've always talked about was what we got to do to improve and move forward. So
cool.
So we're going to do that. So the small tire stuff will still be the normal index classes. Bobby Stahl and Mr. Baker are going to do the 470 deal. They're going to help us with 580, 650, 750, and 12.0. And then, of course, limited and small tires. So still looking for the same payout structure that we've been having. Kind of hoping that we don't chase all of the small tire cars into limited, and then have one guy show up and go like, well, I want to get paid. So we're going to try to figure something out. There's got to be a 4-car minimum. We got to work something out. And I haven't quite figured out how to do that yet. But, you know, I'm also hoping that some of these guys that are got cars in the works, you know, maybe they come out and say, hey, I'll help you out and buy a tech card, even though my car's not ready. You know, because I want to keep small tire going. Right. We don't want to abandon small tire because there's cars that are being built right now that won't fit in limited. Period. I mean, they're small tire cars. Right. And we want to keep that
being attacked.
What's that?
I feel like I'm being attacked.
Yeah. Oh, well, you made up for it tonight. You're 200 of the good, so you bought a tech card. You're looking okay for right now.
Let's be honest. He eats enough out of the concession stand to put up a small tire entry. You know.
Yeah, your corn dog entry is nowhere near what his intake is. Yeah.
This is the price of the food, and this is Gary's pricing over here.
That's
Wait
right.
a second.
That's right. That's right. So you know, we know that it was just bad timing, and it was as a track operator, it was a bad time because I could see the writing on the wall that when Devin came to town, the guys went, oof, we don't have enough. And then they quit what they were doing and went and did more. Well, more takes more time. Did I expect them to be gone for a whole year? No. And I probably still ain't going to get them back at the beginning of the year. So we'll get through it. That's the thing.
I won't be there either.
I know. I get it. But you've always showed up.
Your golf cart.
Yeah, you eat your $60 worth. You're good. You just keep plugging along.
That's right.
Obviously, we're real excited about the small tire event. We're going to work on the racetrack itself. Try to get some of the little bumps and bruises and things that the weather has just beat that thing to death over the last 3 or 4 years. And I know since I got here 2 years ago, it's worse than it was. So our intentions are to do some things to clean that up and fix that. So it should be a little bit better.
So Harper got a question.
Yep.
I'm just looking at the flyer because I went to the banquet and we talked through this a little bit. I know you're having a race coming up to the first of the year. For heads up, you're going to have also the Titans of 10-5 coming, and that's in May. May.
First weekend of May.
So
they're literally a month apart.
Okay.
4 weeks apart.
Then on the back end in the fall, you're also going to have a heads up race, and I think that's the race for the rod.
Yep, and that's car show weekend, which is going to be, we believe it's like the 26th. I know you're going to kill me because I don't have my schedule in front of me, but I'm the one that's never prepared. You know this. This is not nothing you guys don't already know.
Rod always has the schedule there handy.
I know. Well, and I didn't bring it, and our printer went down, and I didn't got. Should be the 27th and 28th, or the 20. It would be the Friday. 26th, 27th.
Yeah,
and then we're still looking at adding another one, the 18th, or that would be the 17th and 18th of October. For the index cars, and that would be the deciding factor on if the up north Flying H, if they did their streetcar takeover, then I would probably not do small tire but do 275. Right. If they weren't doing that deal there, then I could then do small tire and do the full package there in October, because then that would give you like 3 weeks to get ready to go back down to Texas, right? Because isn't that the second weekend of November?
Yeah, Rod. Yes, ish.
Yeah, I think so. I kind of looked at everything that was out there. So our killer deal would be that September race. That's little shiny thing you're holding in your hand. That's what we're racing for. Plus the money. That race in September. That's the one that we're hoping is a little bit elevated purse payout. Try to do the same thing that we did the last time. Which was $5,000 for small tire. Probably lean on limited a little bit. Give it a little love too. I'll be honest, the trophy's $300 and something. So those when you buy them for every class that's there, it's a pricey bill. But let me tell you, how impressive has that been to take around to your marketing partners and show off?
Priceless.
I've been doing this last 2 weeks, and to be honest with you, some of the racers. Even non-small tire, any category, were asking me like, "How do I win this?"
we're having a race for the bracket, guys, and that's going to be in July, and I believe that is July 12th, and that's going to be a rod race for those guys. So everybody's got an opportunity to come race for the rod. Get in where you fit in. You're a bracket guy, great. You're an index guy, small tire guy, limited 275 guy. There's an opportunity for basically everybody to come in and get an opportunity to swing for that rod.
So on your limited class, we got a question here with Troy, and I got the same question. So I think that the Titan series kind of combined that Outlaw 8.5 tire with the limited 275. And so for your races, are you just going to keep it the rules you had last year, or do you plan on allowing the Outlaw 8.5 tire?
I don't know enough about it. I was going to kind of wait around and see. I think for this season, I think we stick with what we had last year. The only rule change would be that you can drive to the lanes and tow it back.
Okay.
I understand where Al and Larry are headed with that and trying to get more car count with one payout. To me, I want to see how that deal shakes out before I go diving in there, because we've already created a monster adding another class and then not knowing all of the details just yet. I think most of those guys that run that combination are going to be over in that Missouri area, and don't know how many of them would travel all the way over to here for a couple of races. And I really don't know. I mean, and I'm still yet to speak with Josh at Garfield Furniture, but I know we talked about having his support, and he's always been great about it. and I thought that I would sit down with him and kind of show him the rules package that the Titans went with. Normally, I don't give the sponsor opportunity to weigh in, but I at least want to run it by him and go, this is what I'm thinking, this is what I want to do, and this is kind of how I think it ought to go.
Right.
I don't know. I mean, personally, I feel like that the limited 275 deal had a pretty good rules package. I don't know that I would have mixed those classes, but I think they were doing it out of desperation. That's my personal. To me, if I was going to do that class, I'd go find its own marketing partner and just run that class. Yep. It's just a different animal to me. So I'm going to go ahead and we'll give you the exclusive answer on this show. That is, we'll run the rules that we ran last year, and stick with the package that we had, minus the drive it to the lanes, tow it back scenario.
Okay.
And that works for me. I think it works for everybody that's here or has been talking about it. One thing that we are going to do, we are going to do that drag and drive class as well in this deal. And that drag and drive rule package does kind of need to stay the way it was. I know Eric and a couple of the other guys' cars don't quite fit the way it's set up. And let's face it, his 55's been, further than anybody's car on a drive as far as I'm concerned. But at some point, you got to just draw the line and go, okay, it fits here, it fits here, or what have you. So it's tough. I need to be able to be the NASCAR guy that has a restrictor plate that I can go over and just stick it under somebody's carburetor in front of their, inlet and go, here, slow down. You're killing me.
No go.
Go, no go. You're killing me.
Yeah.
I said when we did this a long time ago, I don't want to be a tech guy. If I want to be a tech guy, I'd be a tech guy. I don't mind doing safety tech, but I don't chasing this rule or that rule. Police yourself, do what you need to do. But, I think that at least the Titans basic rules package fits the majority. And now we have guys building cars to that category, like yourself, that went, hey, this is cool. I fit. I will sell the shit I got and start over. And this is what I'm building. It would behoove me to go, hey, Gary's just about done. Yeah, no, we're going to do this other deal over here.
Sure.
So, I think when we go with it, we're going to go with it, and we'll see where it runs out. And I'm excited about having the Titan series back. Yep. I believe that we were the first track that got their re-update because we kind of changed that date a little bit. We moved it. If you guys remember, it was graduation weekend the last time that we did it, and we know it hurt the spectator count. And the way their package works, with the track rental stuff, it's really based on butts in the seats, and so we got to do everything we can to try to make sure that happens. I got to do a better job of that this year.
They're talking about these. You've seen, like, they're calling it Little Gangster, Little Titans. This, this index 50 to 530 or whatever you want to call it. You got any appetite for anything like that?
I do, but again, I got to have another marketing partner to get in there. I mean, we need somebody that's going to pull up the days of me just putting a class together and saying, come run for the money and I'll figure it out. Mm-hmm. They're over. I mean, unfortunately, if that was the case, I'd left Big Tire alone and just let them come out and do what they can. I got to do things that I think in the no prep side, that's a thing. I know that there's a lot of guys that are already set up for that, and we're definitely looking at that on our no prep side. But understand that costs me nothing because they do a buy-in at the gate that, if they got 10 cars and the payout's based on 10 cars, it's got nothing to do. I'm not putting up that. What kills me is it's $2,000 to win. It's $600 to run it up. It's $150 or $200 for semis, or $250 or $300 for semis. And all of a sudden, literally 4 cars show up. Well, I took in $800, right? And I didn't buy any glue. I didn't do anything, and I'm $1,800 upside down on the payout. So, Never say never in this business, but I would say it would need to be funded. Now, Peyton Westbrook was working on some stuff for that. He was actually contacted us end of this last year and said, hey, would you be okay if I went looking? Now, he runs mostly no prep stuff. So I said, well, on the no prep side, we can make it happen. I'd like to see something on it on the prep side, but here we go again. You're going to take guys that would normally fit into limited 275, and they go, well, I can't run with Rodney, so I'll just slow my stuff down and I'll go do this other deal. And that's heads up racing. Unfortunately, that's the way it is. It costs so much money, and you guys know for a fact it costs so much more money to go up a class than it is to just swallow a pill and go down a class. And the problem is that at the end of the day, if I only have 40 cars in the pits, I don't give a shit what class they're in. I ain't got enough to make it work. You know what I mean? So we need the numbers up in general. And once we get, if you guys rolled in with 75 to 80, 90 cars at a small tire or at an event for index stuff, now it starts rolling, and now it starts getting bigger and popular. And now we got a chance to get some more people in the seats. Our location is everything. It's a blessing and a disaster at the same time. I don't know why we can't get guys to drive down here. The diehards will come watch it, and you get guys. We've got friends of the show that drive down from Kansas City to watch, but I can't get a guy that lives 30 minutes away to show up.
Right.
And I just can't. That's why I'm like, okay, I need the lights. We need to do some things that are more entertaining. We got to condense the show because the overall show being long is too drawn out. We need to tighten it up. There's things that we can do to make the show a little more livable. I think the economy hurt the average spectator more than it hurt the racer. The racer is going to figure it out. The racer is going to go, okay, it's chili dogs and I pack my lunch this week so I can go racing. And the spectator, if he's on his last deal, I'm definitely not taking my kids to the racetrack. The 17 and under thing being free with a paid adult, that helped relieve some of the pressure from some of the families. But we definitely have to work on getting spectators there. And I think if we had multiple classes to fill in some of the gaps, I think it helps make a better show.
Agreed.
So yes, in the end of the day, I would love to. I buy my lottery tickets weekly, and don't let me win because it will be game on. I feel all the tracks in the local area because it's a 10 grand every weekend, and I don't care what it does, and who cares? And we're just here to have a good time.
That's it.
It's almost $1 billion.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, at this point, I've got it figured out with if you took the cash and took after taxes, it's still $300 million.
That's
So, yeah. So I mean, you're talking. There's countries that don't have that kind of revenue. So
I've got a limited question again.
yes, sir.
And I'm going to use Troy Aves because Mid America Dragway, you're adopting Titan's limited rules, but you have just stated here you're not going to include the Outlaw 235 tire and those Outlaw cars, and that's awesome. But those Titans rules, you can, as Gary Harper, the track manager that runs the track and the rules, you can make stuff the way you want. Are you still going to rule out the billet blocks? Because, and I'm using Troy Aves because he's a perfect example. He'll be stuck running with Shane and Jason Metcalf and them Hemi Pro Charger cars with his small block billet block where he could easily fit with us in the limited class.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
If we're talking, and it's going to be, what I'd really like to do is I would like to get us to, and I never do this because I don't rule by committee. I don't. I'm a black and white. This is the rules. Okay. But we should sit down in March and everybody that's interested in 275, sit down and go, okay, this is what we think our rule set needs to be. We're close. We've got this basic deal. The billet block thing to me makes no difference to me as far as horsepower. Billet block ain't making no more power. If it became, we had the situation at the end of last year where we had I guess their rule was 76 millimeter turbos, and the one car had 280s on it. If
Jason Flowers,
I'm not going to kick his car out for 4 millimeter of turbo.
Exactly.
When I'm looking at it going, he still can't compete with stuff that's already running in the class. So if he's willing to come take a shot, I'll give him that shot. So I'm in that same deal. Yes, flexibility as a small track has to be. Now, when the Titans come to town, their show, they're going to do it the way they want to do it.
Yeah.
And that's fine. But I'm going to I'm going to look at stuff like the glass doors, the steel doors, the overall appearance. This thing looks like a real car. I can walk over and go thump, thump, thump. Yep. Okay. We're good. We're going to look at, I'm going to let you guys police the turbo situation and go, yeah, he's all right. Just like the last time I went and asked you guys, hey, are we good with this? Because I'd like to have the car.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I can't really boot the dude because he doesn't want to have, that's kind of the rules that we need to be able to be flexible on. But no, the billet block thing's never been a thing for me.
I agree.
To piggyback, like, I don't know if everybody knows this, but that's what Mr. Harper did before the race. He put us all together that were there, that were really racing, not people that were hanging, and said, this is the situation. What do you want to do?
And didn't that let 2 more cars in the class that day?
Yes.
Right. Yeah. That's awesome.
And maybe, and honestly, maybe the meeting that we need to talk about probably needs to be in January, just so we have time for guys to, move stuff around and what have you. But I don't think we're that far off. I really don't. I'm more concerned about the tire. I'm more concerned about the doors. I'm more concerned about the big block and one power adder versus the small block, and it's got twins. And, I'm not going to get out a micrometer and go, hey, I've looked at enough of these things that I can go, yeah, there's no way in hell, or yeah, you're good. And that's kind of where I want to be. I want to be known as a guy that'll let you come race. Mm-hmm. But I'm also that guy that I would toss my own mother out if she pushed it. So just understand that there's definitely going to be a boundary. And once we get to that boundary, you're done. So don't go, well, they didn't check this week, I'm going to do this, this, and this. Or, we've all seen guys with nitrous stuff try to hide a kit here or there, and it fit in the rules, do what you need to do, but we'll let everybody come play. And then if we need to iron out some stuff on paper that says, yeah, billet block okay, as long as it's, whatever that needs to be spelled out as. Because, yeah, you go and buy a billet block at, $8-10 and or I don't even know if you can buy one for that anymore. And you turn around and sit there and go, yeah, you can't race with it because it's got a billet block. I that's the part. It don't make no more power. Matter of fact, I'd rather you have the billet block, because if the sumbitch broke, the chances of it throwing shit on my racetrack is way better.
Yeah.
Or way less at that point. So, I would just assume everybody had it.
Ginger didn't fall out of her basket, did she?
No, I just kicked my big ass boot. Okay. I didn't realize it was a trash can.
I seen Ginger there. I've seen him fall out.
Yeah, just killed the dog. Don't worry about it.
Oh no. Okay, well that's awesome news, because I want to race with Troy so I can smash his ass.
I know. So. There's still that roaming bet going. The problem is, I think at this point he's going to beat you out there.
Yeah, I'm sure he will.
Yeah,
he'll probably be on the track before I have an engine.
That's good though. I need his car.
Yes,
I need his car. I want everybody to look at these couple of races and understand that your support, whether it be to come out and buy a hot dog and be a cheerleader, that's important. I know we didn't see a lot of some of the players that we had seen. It's nice when the Medcaps can come out and visit. I realize they're busy. They're going like hell. I got everybody's car going on, and it was fun to see Shane and them guys out. You know, it was cool to have them out. We just need to be supported.
Yep.
We know it's coming. It sucks. And I'll be honest, guys. I mean, if you get to a situation and you know that, there's only 5 of us that showed up, how about we're willing to race for a little less purse, you know, and you guys pull me together and say, hey, we've decided that we're going to do, you know, we want to race for this, or we want to do that, or we want to help you out. You know, that goes a long ways because it makes a difference on our deal. Classes that are sponsored, let it be sponsored. We get it. You know, JR supported us for so long with the big tire deal. And, you know, there was a lot of times when there wouldn't be big tire cars show up, you know, and, you know, I just call him up and go, I don't need to check this week. And, you know, that's sad. But at the same token, that's why we're in that predicament with that class.
Yeah.
So if we can find somebody that will come in and help us with small tire that's real similar in stature, that would, man, just cover that first place deal, because typically we get enough racers to cover runner up in the semis.
Right.
You know, but I also hate like hell to pay semi money with 5 cars, knowing that the guy's got to win one round and he's got semi money coming, and half the time that semi car don't even go down the racetrack because I broke, but I won the round, but I still want my money because I would have made that. You know what I mean? And that happens as a track off. I need the car to go down the racetrack for the fan in the stands. You guys are there for entertainment. I am an entertainment venue. I'm there to entertain you. I'm there to entertain the guy that paid me $15 to sit in the stands. So, you know, keep those kinds of things in mind too. I'm okay with the occasional layup run when you know you got the thing covered, because it's safe, and you do what you got to do to win the round. And I that's just racing smart. I'm okay with that. What I'm not okay with is, you know, the guy that goes, well, I'm the lone semi car. Do I have to run down the track? You know, I'm like, well, you want to get paid, right? You need to run. You at least need to. I mean, people are here to watch these cars go down the track. So do me a favor. Yeah. Think about that when you roll up in the water box. And like that race in September, man, that's cool to look around and you got, you know, 700-800 people there. And for us, that's a huge crowd. Yeah. I mean, guys, the covered bleachers has 405 seats. That's it. So when we look at there and you see it, it's pretty full. And everybody goes, oh, God, there were thousands of people. No, that's 404 people. All that thing holds. Another couple hundred standing around. 15 crammed in the starting line box with Donnie. and then a handful over here on this side of the wall. And then, of course, we got our few guys that run down through the fence. But, you know, it's I would really like to see 2,500 people out there. I know that it hadn't happened in a while. They tell me it's happened, but I ain't seen it. So that's the next challenge, to see what we can do there. But I think we're going to have a good year. The bracket racing side, strong as ever. I think it'll be fine. Car count's going to get better. We're not really making much changes there. And like I said, we want to do the drag and drive class with the small tire stuff and see where it goes, and hopefully, you know, we just have a good season.
Sounds good.
Awesome.
Woo. Good. Well, we appreciate you coming on. Gary, do you have any pictures or anything?
No, I don't have any pictures. We ran through everything.
All right.
Yep. Pretty uneventful night then. And you guys helped me raise a ton of money, which is fantastic. We'll appreciate it.
That great info, good fundraiser. Holy cow, we killed it. Good job. Yeah. Woo.
Nice.
And I think this is the 4th time I've been on. So
okay,
I got the frequent flyer card.
I think it's more than that.
Is it really?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Well,
5 plus.
3, 5. Yeah. Okay.
Well,
we need to do another. We need to do another one again in March, so I can take pictures of all the lights being up. And
there you go.
Right.
Of course, I can always update you on a regular basis because I know you guys will follow up with us anytime.
Sounds good. Well,
and this is the PayPal info. If somebody's watching late and caught the conversation on the lights, this is PayPal info. for Mrs. Harper. And this is the Venmo info. Take a screenshot of this. You can hammer this out and get the Venmo taken care of if you're still interested in doing that. Let me fix this. Ba-da-bow. And Mrs. Harper has a comment. Thank you, Gary and Rodney. Thank you all who donated. I'll get our list updated on the Facebook page. Cool. Thank you.
Great job, everybody. Thank you for chiming in there, putting your, letting your, wallet speak for your emotions there. That's good stuff. I like that.
Yeah.
And thanks for coming on, Mr. Harper.
No problem, guys.
Just for me, last couple things. I see Carson Wheeler watching. So we're going to take a pause next week. We're going to bring Carson Wheeler on, and we're going to talk about his event coming up on January 11th. So we'll bring him on the 5th.
I will be there. If you want to beat up an old track manager, come get your money and
buy
in. Oh, hell yeah.
Heads up deal. So it's 3 classes, heads up, top ball, practice tree event downtown.
And I will get in all of them. And I'll probably surprise some of you.
I bet you won't. I bet you're good. You're going to surprise me. I bet you're good.
I'm the older I get, the better I was. But
yeah,
I got a bunch of bunch of Wallies on the trophy wall that say I was good at one point. So
that sounds like a country song.
That's right. That's right.
Not as good as I once was.
Hey, it is, but that's okay. Here's the thing: when like Donnie and I, we'll sit there at the tree like when I work a Sunday, I fire the tree every round for the whole day, and let me tell you, every pass, boom, let go of the button, boom, let go of the button. So, and Chris will tell you the same thing. Chris said, "Man, when I was driving and working at the track." And firing the tree and then went into the race car, I was deadly. It's just you get used to seeing that, you're going for it. Now I'm not gonna be as good as these kids that race all the time, but
sure.
I might sneak by a round or two. We'll see.
It'll be fun.
Yeah, we're gonna try it out.
To do, kind of during the downtime here. And
as
soon as I saw them put that out there, and
we're supporting it because we're doing a warm-up race and the winner is gonna get an entry to our big bucks race in April. So
nice.
I gotta go. Hey, I gotta go try to win my own race, right?
There you go.
Then I got my own sponsorship that way.
There you go.
Right.
So okay, guys, I'll catch you later. Have fun.
All right, thank you, sir.
And we'll see you soon enough.
All right. Thanks, Mr. Harper. We'll see you soon.
Thanks.
Yeah. Awesome.
All right. See you later.
Merry Christmas.
Woo! Man, what a great. She gives tons of info, and God, that was great, man.
Yeah, good questions. Great question on that billet block deal, Gary. It's a good point. We're all just standing there looking at each other. We're going to race. We're going to, no, you don't have this, you have that, so you can't race,
Yeah.
So,
Well, I need to build another engine just for Mad, right? Right. I need to build a billet engine to race at Mad.
Oh, and
then iron engine for Titans.
Whatever you need to do, to race or not race or whatever,
Just kidding.
Yeah. Somebody that's doing something as well. I see Troy Weens watching, and I saw a thing on his car that Billman Fabrication put out a little reel, and that thing had 34,000 views when I saw that. And that thing is just awesome there. So I'm excited to see that thing get done and him to get out. And he said it the other day. He goes, "I know I'm in over my head, but we're going to have fun trying." And so that's what
I think we all are.
I think so too. That's what I was saying. But yeah, that's awesome. Well,
yeah, can't wait to see that car, man.
Oh, in person too. I'm sure it looks just as good as it looks on the videos. You know what I mean?
I bet.
But man, great job tonight, Gary. The fundraiser was fun. We got a lot of information from Mr. Harper. And last one for the year, man.
Banged off real quick.
Yeah,
it is last one of the year. You got any end of the year? You got any end of the year statement? Any end of the year thoughts?
Man, I just we were talking about the other day, and I think this is this event number 61? I want
62.
to say 62. Thank you. And it went by fast. It went by real fast, and but just looking back at some of the people we brought on and some of the communication we're doing, I think the platform's working. Talking about it, even when we're not doing this on Sunday nights, we're talking to people, talking on the phone, talking at shops, or whatever, and they're talking about the show or talking about things that are going on, and maybe we can send them the link, even like just what we did with Riley, and what you guys got going on. I think when we went to PRI, it kind of proved itself when, like Lance and a couple others like, oh yeah, I know the show. I'll come on, Devin Vanderhoof. And so we just want to keep this deal growing. We would love to get, as many, people on here as possible and tell their story and what they got working on their racing career and just be, spread the information. And we want to represent the Harpers, of course, Flying H, Ozark, the Titans, this whole group around us. And I think it's working. So any kind of feedback you guys have, you want to shoot us a private message, we're always up for that. Just to put it out there, if we've had 500 people say, this is really good, you're doing a good job, I have never had anybody come up to me and say, like, what are you guys doing? This is ridiculous. This is why are you even wasting your time? And so I think even tonight proved it by putting a little fundraiser together that we didn't even plan on, I mean, we knew the little thing was going on, but like, let's go. And that's a little bit of competition there, and I love it. So
yeah. You nailed that when you pulled the string on that, like, challenge, here it is, let's go. And it blew up, man. That was excellent. Yeah.
That'll work.
Yeah.
Cool. Great questions. And what's your thought, Gary, a year in?
Man, it was an awesome year. And like you said, great response from people we've talked to. It still seems weird that we can just sit here and chit chat and talk about racing, because we love to talk about racing. And like we've said before, when we're on the phone, we're talking about racing. So we're doing the same thing here, but we're bringing in, we're conversing with other people and meeting new people. It's just a ton of fun, and it's super cool.
Yeah.
Really enjoy it. And we're going to keep doing it. Obviously we got most of our partners we have now, we're carrying them to 2025. We got more interested in supporting what we do. So man, It's super cool.
It is super cool. And it's just working. So you're doing a great job. We do a lot of stuff behind the scenes. You carry most of that side of that. I kind of carry the business side of the getting the money rounded up and working with that. People don't know like how many different platforms you've done and your invites and you're just always studying that. And a lot of great effort went into that. You're killing it with that sort of stuff. And so you're doing a great job. And I know you're passionate about it. And I like, when I come over and you show me new things you're working on, or, with graphics and designs and the clips and that sort of thing. And it's working. So great job to you, buddy.
I appreciate that you recognize that. And from like Monday morning to Wednesday, we put out the next show coming up as the event. But Monday morning to Sunday afternoon, I've got hours involved in the pictures and putting this together the way it is. So nobody sees it, but there's hours, that's uncounted hours. But dude, it's a ton of fun, and I like learning different things about it. And even some of the stuff I'm learning that we use here, I'm also using it on my YouTube channel, on my personal YouTube channel. So it's cool. It's fun learning different things. It's really fun to mess with, and I'm enjoying it.
Yeah. No.
And I can tell you're enjoying it too.
I am. And for the purpose of it, I think we're a good pair, the way, we feed off each other. And I think, May Brower said it best the other day when he commented that at the banquet. And, when you showed me that we had 71,000 views, I never would have thought of that,
Yeah.
I mean,
and you don't know till you add it up.
We're going to do 62 shows. And at the end of that, we probably had over 75,000 now, you're just like, what? Are you serious? And we'll continue to grow it and have fun. And we're, but the core thing is just getting the platform out. And that's what I'm all about, and talking about things, sharing things, and people are just getting information, keeping the family together, the community together here with your builds and the schedules, and let's go do it, and a couple little things too. I never would have thought people would bring us shirts. I never would have thought people would bring us Waffle House magnets and just come out here and start talking. Oh man, I love you. Call us the Sunday Night Boys. I mean, just like, I just, it's just like, I feel like, and when we meet these people at the track, I think they've already feel like they've known us for a long time because they sit here and listen to us, and I can say the same thing with Devin Vanderhoof, because like we listen to his voice in the background doing these videos that like when I'm standing next to him, I can be turned around. It's like I'm listening to one of his videos again because of his voice, and so, but that's good stuff. We met a lot of great people this year too, on this thing. And so we all got the same passion.
Yeah, that's great that you brought that up. This, not just this year, this goes 62 back to like September, but I'm including the numbers as this year, but in 2025, I'm going to start fresh with, it's still going to be 63 and on, but I'm going to keep track of this stuff separate. But, throughout this year, man, we've met a lot of cool people, considered a lot of new people, friends, everybody friends.
Yeah.
That's the coolest thing is new race car friends, hot rod friends.
Yeah.
Talking to them, you see them at the track and you go back. That's a great relationship.
Yeah. Well said. Well said. Yep.
Yep. And this is, as racers, you and I, this deal, and it's kind of from the beginning how we started. Like we can't expect anybody else to care about what we're doing as racers if we don't care ourselves. Mm-hmm. So we're doing this because we care. Yeah. And when we want a place to race, we want to help the places that we race. We want to have places to go all the time. And if we don't care, we can't expect anybody else to care either.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yep. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah. Yep. Just a few last comments here. Jim Lauer says, Merry Christmas, guys. Merry Christmas, Jim. Larry Hunt, Merry Christmas, guys. Merry Christmas, Larry Hunt, and you and your family.
Yes.
And Larry says, you guys are doing it right. Well done. Man, thanks, Larry. You guys are a big part of this too.
Yeah. Thanks for the feedback.
You and Al, thank you.
Very good.
Yep, man. Eric Knott says, always enjoy watching. Thanks, Eric.
Eric, car's looking awesome. Thanks for donating tonight.
Man.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see that car. Done.
Yeah, exactly. Fantastic. Well, this will wrap it up for this season this year, and we'll start again fresh. And I got to go to talk to Mr. Zach Mullen tomorrow.
You do. Don't leave until you lock it up. Come on.
I'll put that out there because he brought it up first. We chatted on the side about who we're reaching out to as well, and I'm just excited about that as well. So.
Jeff Weiler says, keep up the great work, fellas. Thanks, Jeff. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the comment.
Yeah.
This is our last show for 2024. Let's do this one more time. Shout out to our partners, Mid-America Dragway, Ultra Color Collision Repair, Sandlin Iron and Metal Auto Salvage, and Harry Street Carpet. Thank you guys so much for being great partners. In 2024, I believe they'll all be back in 2025, and an additional X amount of whatever happens, we'll know in a few weeks as time rolls out.
There you go.
And our screen will reflect that. So if you want to be a partner with us and have some fun here, give us a shout and make it happen.
Yep.
Reach out, make it happen.
Nice.
We're having a good time.
Nice. All right, buddy. Let's lock it in.
All right. Let me roll down here. All right. You ready?
Yep.
Pow.
Wow. Nice job.
One more comment flew in here. Ryan Sumner says, can't wait to see all of us out. Going to be fun. Man, you are right. Ryan, dude, your car is looking awesome. Ken has posted some pictures. Woo. Can't wait to see that car out. That's going to be hot. It's going to look good. Ken is doing a bang-up job on that. It looks really awesome.
Yes.
Can't wait to see it.
Nice.
All right.
Merry Christmas, everyone. Happy New Year's. Happy holidays. Be safe. Get through it, and we'll come back on the 5th.
Yes. And Heads Up Racing Gary and Hot Rod Podcast says thank you for 2024, all your support. all your comments, all your views and looks, and coming and hanging out with us. It was a great time. So a couple weeks, we'll be back with Carson Wheeler to kick off 2025 racing season. Sound good?
Sounds good.
All right, buddy.
Thanks, Gary.
Rod, thanks for a fun year, dude. Thanks so much.
No kidding. Thank you.
All right, let's go racing. Sometime later.
Be there.
Be there. Let's go. All right. Later, Rod. See you. Good
Later,
night.
bud.